everyone, and welcome to another Invisagline video vlog with me. And I have just finished my week 1 liners, and I wanted to talk about my experience so far with the liners and maybe go into detail about a couple things I have noticed, and maybe you guys can let me know if you guys have dealt with the same things yourself, or hey, let me know if you're thinking about Invisalign or if you have any questions or concerns. I will definitely tackle them in the next video. So I haven't popped in my new liners yet. I don't have them in. I've just had my dinner, and I will be putting them in with you, and I will also be turning my timer back on my phone. I am more than happy to also do a little video on the app if you guys are interested, because I don't think there's anyone that's done that yet. Eventually I would also like to talk about the little cleaner pouches that you get with your Invisalign kit, because everyone just kind of glazes over them and says, yeah, it comes with this, but no one ever really talks about that either. So these are things that eventually I will touch upon once I have used them a bit further, but so far I will tell you what I have noticed. So right off the get-go, I did find, once my liners went in that morning, I found that there was a little bit of pressure on this side of my teeth, just like 1 or 2 teeth. And then eventually that pressure went away, and then the pressure went to the base and went down here. And then eventually it moved across mainly my front teeth. And I didn't experience on the second day or third day, like everyone seems to be mentioning, about, oh my god, it hurts so much and stuff like that. Yes, I will say popping the liners in and out was definitely sore. I still find a little bit of soreness with that, especially on my front teeth, top and the bottom. But aside from that, especially the top, but aside from that, even after the first day, that evening I had soup with hard crusted bread, and I definitely couldn't even bite into the crust. I needed to break that up and just dip it inside my soup and let it soak up and then eat that, because I could not put any pressure whatsoever on my front teeth, top and bottom. They are still a little bit, I can tell that they're still not 100% happy, but I can definitely bite into anything now. There's no problem whatsoever. We're on day 7, like I said, we're just about to put in our new liners. So I didn't notice anyone really talked upon that, so it's just soreness, just a lot of soreness. I found not extreme pain, nothing like certain YouTube videos that I've watched before where you're like crying and that kind of stuff. I don't know if that's YouTube sensationalism and people just feeling like they need to make things worse than they are, or maybe their pain tolerance is a lot lower than mine, but I figured I would talk about my perspective because I wanted you guys to hear it from me and what I've experienced with the liners so far. I have been using Sensodyne, and I started I started using Sensodyne about a week before I started the liners, so maybe that helped. I'm not 100% sure because I'm not comparing it to anything, but so far so good is what I can say. Eventually I got really used to the liners. One thing I did really notice though, and again, no one's really touched upon this, is I get really thirsty when the liners are in. I don't know if it has something to do with just like a foreign substance in my mouth and lots of saliva, which makes me really thirsty or something, or if it's honestly just having them in my mouth and it makes me really thirsty. I'm really not sure. So I was really good about popping out my liners all the time, aside from coming home from the cottage. My hubby and I stopped so we could get a popsicle, because it's kind of tradition on our way home, we always get a popsicle. I ended up having a Minions popsicle, which, as you can assume, is yellow, and my liners went a little bit of a tinge of yellow. I don't know if you guys, you know what, if I do it like this, so my new liners are in the bottom of the tray, and my old liners are on the top. And let me see if it can focus on this. You can't really tell too well here. I will end up putting a image here because you can definitely tell there's a little bit of a tint to it. Regardless of how much I would clean these, there's still a little bit of a tint, but it's really not all that bad. Honestly, you couldn't even tell. I also, because these are the last day I was using my liners, I decided I would have some black tea, and there's no real issue. And also I had some cranberry juice because I just felt like trying that out and seeing what would happen, and no ill effects. But these are things that I will be touching upon on a later video. So without further ado, it's time to pop in the liners. It's kind of neat to see, I don't know if you guys have done this, but putting your old liners, because if you look at the back of your liner packages, I've got up to 9 weeks, and you can see the progression. So it is the beginning of September right now, and I have until the end of October. So it's really neat to see what the progression of the liners, I'm holding the wrong ones, what the progression of the liners actually will be. So it's just really interesting to see. So I've already cleaned my liners, and these ones are the bottoms. So excuse me, I'm just gonna look here because this is where my recording is. So I'm gonna pop my liners in. There we go. And I'm gonna pop the top ones in. Ooh, I can definitely tell that they're definitely tight compared to the other ones. They just were totally normal to put in and out of my mouth at this point. So when you're putting in your liners, you want to start from the front and go to the back. These are also videos I will do at a later date if you guys are interested on how to clean them and all that good stuff. Let me know again in the description box below. Also, I'm going to be going to Greece with liner 3 and 4, so I'm going to definitely talk about bringing care packages with you to make sure that you don't fail with your Invisalign treatment. I will do that as well. So I'm going to pop in the top ones. There we go. And now we have the old ones here. I'm going to just keep these in the, I'll keep them in my extra container here because you can never have enough of these, trust me. So if you can tell, I'm talking slightly differently now. I've got them in. You can't really tell that I have them in my mouth, especially when you're just talking to someone from a distance. I am going to turn on, oh my god, why? I was doing so well with these in my mouth. And I feel like now I can't talk anymore. I don't know why. So here is my liner information here. I've already had them in for almost 19 hours. I'm on a liner 2 out of 9, and starting on day 7, we're just going to hit the button. The liners are in, and we are counting again. So technically, when you start your new liners, you're supposed to put them in right before bed because that's when they do the most of the work. Hold on, I feel like they're not in. There we go. But I wanted to pop them in with you guys on camera and just explain a little bit how they're feeling. So yeah, they're definitely a little more snug than my old liners were. By day 7 wearing my old liners, it's just like old hat. I mean, they're still a little bit hard to pop on and off because of all the buttons. I only have 13 buttons, which I'm also really shocked about. I thought I would have definitely a lot more, and especially on my front, top, and bottom teeth, but I don't. And I think that's fantastic. They're probably going to add 2 more buttons to these teeth here, because these ones are pushed forward like this. They're going to add 2 more buttons on the inside once they're not so crooked and they're flat again, because right now they're like this when they should be like this. There's just nowhere to put the buttons, honestly. So we have to wait until they move. I'm not really sure how long that's going to take, and I do feel like it's going to be a little bit awkward feeling buttons on the inside of my mouth. I definitely do like the feeling a lot more of having the Invisalign on than off, just because of the feeling of the buttons. Not that they're prickly or they're leaving any indents in my mouth or anything like that. It's just nice to have them covered up, is what I'm finding. But anyways, I hope you found this video helpful, just talking about my week 1 and what I have thought so far. I'm planning on doing more videos like this, so I hope you guys will follow my vlog. and keep up to date with what's going on. So don't forget to hit the little bell. And without further ado, I will see you guys on the next video. And I would love it if you'd go check out this video with me. Anyways, I will see you guys there. Bye!